Hello, Perfidious Pete here, back to try and avoid another 22-car food poisoning pileup as my companions and I continue our journey in Sheltered. And I'm seriously thinking about hiring someone to come in here and maybe, I don't know, teach a food safety class or something, because no one in this shelter, and I do mean no one, let's answer the radio very quickly. Francis DeWard found someone else here, but they haven't seen us yet. Go ahead and talk to them, that's fine. But nobody in this shelter seems to have grasped the concept of washing their hands before eating. Whether they've been carving their way across the radioactive wastelands here, armed with nothing but a butcher knife, or, I don't know, chopping a former shelter mate's body into next week's stew meat, or even repairing the leaky wax seal on a freshly used toilet, not a single person in this shelter will seek out a basin of water and a bar of soap before they head down to the kitchen. Hey, is that your blood? Can I smear my hands in it and then lick them around and rub them into my face and eyes? This is the kind of thing our people do. And you'd think that they might have caught on by now, with the exception of Charles, I think, who literally just walked in the door. Every single person in our shelter has at one point or another had food poisoning. Every single one. But, you know, does the 4 days of explosive diarrhea and projectile vomiting ever seem to teach them anything? Hell no. They still will cheerfully drag a hobo's rotting corpse halfway across the desert so that they might salvage his shoelaces, as long as they can head down to the kitchen for a can of Hormel chili afterwards. Yeah, you know, there's no need to wash the hobo's blood and shit off your hands either. Don't even think about the amount of offal covering your digits before you scoop the last bits out of the bottom of that can with your fingers and then lick away the crumbs of beef and kidney beans clinging to your fingernails. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just go ahead and lick them right clean. You know, honestly, June, I expected better of you. You should run a tighter ship than this. I mean, you're a professional homemaker, for crying out loud, June. You should know a thing or two about food safety. Speaking of which, Margaret here is about to get viciously shanked. Let's just go ahead and let the shanking commence. Oh, she has blocked June Cleaver's advances. Oh, Margaret. You know, that's a sentiment I can identify with. June Cleaver has to date been seriously blocking all of my advances as well. I know your pain and your heartbreak. So does Francis, too, since you just uppercut him like a chump. Holy crap, Francis just got ruined. All right, June, you gotta make with the shankening here. Make the shank happen. There you go. Chop her up like a lamb roast. And then maybe handle some raw chicken and lick your fingers. That's how you roll, right, June? We did all of that for a can of fuel and a bottle of water. I don't really feel that good about murdering a woman for a can of fuel that I don't want, by the way, and a bottle of water that I don't really need. We're at maximum capacity here for water. Speaking of which, yes, check out the medium house, Beaver. What did you find? A bunch of food we don't want, some books. Actually, I think transistors we need. I'm going to take the metal. The rest of this stuff we'll leave. And I think I am going to set up an expedition here since we are sitting at max water and it is raining. Who's in the kind of shape to go forth and have a little adventure? Joyce, you look hale and hearty. Laura, you're doing nothing and are in pretty good shape as well. Donna and Ward are going to be hanging around the old house for a while. They're pretty banged up. They got ripped apart by a bear. Yeah, let's do Joyce and Laura. You'd be like, Pete, they got ripped apart by a bear? Yeah, and unlike most of the people, they did not self-harm with food poisoning. They actually got savaged by a wild animal. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. I would have expected them to actually have suffered their wounds from, I don't know, some kind of kitchen industrial accident because they were eating raw chicken and got mad crazed. Lumberyard, large reservoir, small reservoir. A mystery hatch, which we have been to but don't know the code for. I kind of want to go to that lumber yard. We need to start bringing back wood. There's a lumber yard. There's a lumber yard. Maybe we just send these guys out on maybe like a short junket to these lumber yards. What was this other thing up here? What if we do this? Let's go lumber yard. Lumber yard. How long ago have we been to that one? 8 days. Well, it should have restocked by now. Large reservoir. Small reservoir. That's going to chew up 56 of our 200 water and bring them back. Should give them plenty of opportunity to fight like bears and other creatures as well. The only carrying thing we have are 2... That's it? We have 2 plastic bags, huh? That's the best we can do? Yeah, well, fine, whatever. If it's the best we can do, it's the best we can do. Joyce, you're not going to get a gas mask for this trip. There's no poisonous toxic rain on the surface. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just give you a quick knife as well. Anything else we want to give these lovely ladies? I don't think so. I think we're pretty well kitted out here. Books, wires. What is it that we're looking for? Oh, I don't need transistors. Is it circuits that I need? It's switches. Switches are what I need. Okay. We got to be on the lookout for switches, because if we don't have the switches, we're going to get stitches. Switches get stitches. I'm also thinking about maybe building another bed. This is the B. We found a small office complex out in the wasteland. Should we check it out? Yes, you should. Donna, don't you even think about eating until... Oh, okay. You know what? No, never mind. Here. Donna, remove some meat and then eat the meat. I don't want you eating our quality food here. Just go and eat the meat. I mean, we're spending energy to keep this stuff at capacity. It's not even desperate meat. This is legitimate meat. Do you want us to try and talk to him? You know, it's not like I'm going to talk you out of it at this point, Beaver. You and Wally are going to do whatever it is that you do anytime you meet a stranger. And the thing that you do anytime you meet a stranger is viciously murder them. So just go ahead and do it. It's fine. You can soften them up, and then we'll let Wally rip them apart with a hatchet. Just go ahead and bully him. Can't risk letting you leave. Am I meant to be scared? A little one like you? Anna, you have made a sound mistake. You have vastly underestimated the murderousness of Wally and the Beaver, and not only is it a terrible, terrible mistake, it's gonna be the last one you ever make. Okay, Wally, get the job done. I don't even think... I'm sorry, Beef. One, I'm sorry that you had to witness that, because holy shit, that was an abominable, ruinous kill from Wally. Two, I'm sorry you didn't get to participate in it, because I know your bloodlust is probably, you know, on the rise. It's been a while since Wally's gotten a taste because... Or rather, the Beaver has gotten a taste. Because Wally... I mean... He just looks at people now and they explode into a crimson mist. Nothing can be done about this man. He is death incarnate. He is what J. Robert Oppenheimer feared. He has become death, destroyer of worlds. You're a monster. You're a monster, Wally. You're an abomination unto the eyes of God and man. There's no fixing you. There's no fixing you at all. Donna is feeling malnourished. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's eating right now. The protein in that meat should perk her right up. And then I think we're going to let her rest for a couple days. Ward, are you just sitting around like an asshole? Yeah, you're just sitting around like an asshole. Is there anything that needs repairs? We can have Ward do a little patching up. The shower really needs fixed. So let's have Ward fix up the shout. Yeah, okay. It's time to do a little plumbing, Ward. Some light plumbing. If you would repair the shower, please. Once that's done, I'm going to have you patch on the suit, and we're going to send you outside to do some more elaborate repairs. This is how Ward, by the way, this is how he keeps June happy. He has to show her how handy he is around the house. I mean, Ward's a 50s guy. He'd be like, no, baby, you know, I'm Ward Cleaver. I got the handiness covered. This is why I have the shop out in the garage and all these power tools. This is why I do these things, to display my manliness and, you know, sort of passive-aggressively assert my dominance over you, June Cleaver. I like to keep you weak and helpless. Don't buy into it, Ward. Don't buy into Ward's game, June. Don't buy into Ward's game. You are not weak. You are not helpless. You are a vivacious, powerful woman. And if you come to me, Perfidious Pete, June, I will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. I will put you on a pedestal, June, and worship you like the goddess that you are. Francis found an abandoned mine shaft. Well, seems safe, crawling down an abandoned mine shaft in the apocalypse. What could possibly go wrong? Worst case scenario, you stumble into Skynet's secret lair. That worked out okay for Nick Stahl and Claire Danes. It's how they survived Judgment Day. Was that Claire Danes? And you're thinking, was it really Claire Danes in Terminator 3? Yeah, it was Claire Danes. Claire Danes was in Terminator 3. You're thinking, but Pete, she's so good on Homeland. And my so-called life wasn't shamefully awful, even though it was kind of shamefully awful. Claire Danes still walked away from it looking like a rose. And she was Yvain in Stardust, Pete, one of the greatest films of all time. Stardust is fantastic. And she was a star, Pete, a star. Yeah, she was. But a Terminator 3 thing, just still hanging around her neck like a safe. Dragging her down everywhere she goes. A large hardware store. Sure, go ahead and take a look. Might be somebody in there you can murder, or maybe a dead body you can just hack apart for funsies. Ward's going to go to the surface. Once you're done repairing this, we're going to have you repair this while you're up here. Meanwhile, Charles has proven himself to be quite the ham radio operator. He's been manning that radio for a good goddamn long time. What'd you find down the old abandoned mine? A gas mask, which is useful. Rocks we don't really need. What is this? Metal ore. No. Wires? Yes. Do I have a valve? I don't really need valves. What I need are switches. I need all of the switches. At least we know where to come when we want cordite and magnesium now. So I suppose if nothing else, we've learned a valuable lesson. Would I rather have a valve than 8 bottles of water? What am I going to do with this water when I get it back to the shelter? Also, what am I going to do with this food? I don't even have anywhere to put it. I'm hauling around stuff I don't need. Pete, you got to plan better than this. But I'm too stuck in my ways to change. We don't really need any of the other stuff either. We're sort of sending people out on expeditions that they don't need to go on. All I really need right now at this moment is wood. I need wood more than anything else. Wood and switches. That's what I need. Largest hardware store has some stuff. Does it have wood and switches? Because that's really the only thing I want. Well, it does have wood. How about the switches? Can you bring me the switches, Beeve? I need switches. So I can tan your little ass when you get back here for all the murder you've been doing. I'm going to take these fuses because we don't have very many. 3 cans of gas. Sure, why not? Don't really need a motor. Pliers. We have every tool already. I do want this wire. Are you carrying a circuit board by chance already? You are. May as well grab another one then. What about rope? You carrying any rope, Beeve? So you can drag your victim's body behind you for all the world to see like a triumphant Achilles at Troy? Gonna drag him around like Hector? No? Oh, I haven't quite gone that far yet, at least. All right. There are some lines even Beaver Cleaver won't cross, I suppose. Not many lines, but some. Spotted somebody in the distance. Go, yeah, sure, go talk to a stranger. What could possibly go wrong with talking to strangers? So far, the worst thing that's gone wrong is you've had to murder a stranger. What's up, Cynthia? Who would we like to get the kill here? I think Joyce has less stress, so we'll have Laura go ahead and talk. Bullying never works. Why do I constantly try to bully people? All it ever does is start fights. Only one of us is leaving this, don't we? Yeah, well, alright, Cynthia. Shanked. Next stab, next stab, next stab. Well, there's not going to be much left of old Cynthia's neck at the end of this. Let's just go ahead and finish her off then. We could try to subdue her or something, but why take risk with people's health? We've got the stabbing. Just make the stabbing happen. It'll be fine. I am going to bring this log back. Pete, why are you carrying around a log? You can't do anything with just one log. You don't have the machinery to recycle it. This is true, but wood, once we get our upgrade for our bench, the first thing I'm going to build is a recycling machine, and I would like to have a stockpile of wood, because we need a lot of wood. Through scanning frequencies, discovered a radio broadcast from a trade caravan not far from us. They have given us their location. We have added it to the map. Excellent work, Charles. All that time spent as a ham radio operator has paid some dividends. Donna is feeling okay. You know what, Donna? Why don't you go scan the frequencies then? You got nothing better to do. We're just sort of letting you linger around healing up. Beaver's going to take some look. Gotta get some good loot. Meanwhile, Ward, take off the suit and fix all of the things, Ward. We should fit the... Oh, you should fit those car parts to the vehicle, Ward. That's good advice. This is why Ward Cleaver was America's dad, folks. This is why. This is why Ward was America's dad. He gave good, solid, practical advice. Well, you know, boys, we came back with those car parts, and, well, I reckon if we're going to drive up to see Grandpa and Grandma Cleaver this summer in the old Winnebago, we're going to have a lot of hard work to do it through to make sure that thing's in good running shape, because your mother and I don't want to break down on the way to Wisconsin. What say, boys, we get out the rags and put a real spit polish shine on that old Winnebago? And then Wally and Beav would be like, yeah, and they'd go and get a bucket full of rags and have a water fight in the driveway. Meanwhile, Ward would look on from the doorway with his arms crossed across his chest, a good-natured smile on his face, and a bottle of scotch hidden in the back of his pants. Ah, the 50s, back when everything was wonderful. Sweet. This lumber yard is exactly what I wanted. Wood. It's also what Ward Cleaver is desperate for and can't get any of, because there's not a lot of Viagra available in the apocalypse. But that's okay, Ward. We're gonna live vicariously through these logs. I know you have trouble pleasing June Cleaver. One more reason why June belongs with me. Just saying. An airport? You found an airport? That's pretty remarkable for the apocalypse, I'm not gonna lie. Is there anything useful at the airport? There's a can of fuel, I guess. What is this? Rebar. We already have a chunk. There's 2 chunks of rebar here, and we already have some. It takes like a 14 strength to wield. We're never going to be able to use that. We'll take your metal, though. Length of pipe. We're already carrying a stack of pipe. Might as well bring more home. I think I already have a couple crowbars. Plastic, light. I'll take the light bulb, sure. I'm already carrying one. Why not another one? Leather? We could build another tent if we had enough leather and nylon. You know what? Let's do that. Let's get rid of that book, and I'm going to pick up stacks of leather instead. Yeah, we're done transferring items. There's a light dust storm on the surface, but Ward's not going to let that stand in his way of putting together the old Winnebago there, because he really is desperate to get up there and see Grandpa Cleaver. It's been a long time. Large pharmacy with some good loot. Better check her out, beef. You could maybe find some lorazepam or lithium or some kind of chemical agent that could help combat Wally's dangerous psychoses. There's got to be some kind of horse tranquilizer or something in there we could use that we could keep Wally calm with. That's all I'm saying. Pharmaceutical intervention really does seem like the last resort at this point. All right, what's our large pharmacy? Yes, examine the items. Again. Take your wood. We'll take a bath. We'll take them both in there. We have the facts of Wally. I'll take your antibiotics as well as your leather. We could take another carrier bag, but honestly, they're so shitty, I don't really care. 4 first aid kits, though. Yeah. That's... Oh, we already have... Well, never mind. We can just stack them up to 5. We've already got first aid kits. Fully. The matches and the rest of this junk, we're gonna... These stress pills are actually pretty good. But we don't really seem to have stress issues. Wally has no human emotions left whatsoever. He has no compunctions about just randomly slaughtering people. Why would he ever need stress relief? Fix the generator when you're done. Large office complex, sure. We're just going to have Ward wander about the habitat, slowly repairing things. Fix this when you're done with the generator. When you're done with that, fix the punching bag. Man, Ward really is quite handy, though. I can see why June keeps him around. I may make fun of him a little bit, but he is, you know, the man is handy with the hammer. We're going to have enough switches and maybe enough wood when Wally and the Beeve come back. We need 3 switches and 8 wood to upgrade this bad boy. What does it take to build the recycling center? Once we've got the tier 4, what do we need to build the recycler? A shitload of metal, which we have, a shitload of pipes, which we have, a bunch of valves, which we have, a bunch of transistors, which we also have, and a bunch of circuit. We have everything we're going to need to immediately rebuild the recycling plant. Wow, for once, one of my plans is actually going to come together. And this is why we need all the wood, by the way, because we want to build the planter. What is this? The laboratory? That I'm less enthused about, but I do want to build, we can build the efficient shower, but also things like the large storage crate. This is a thing that we need. A large rucksack, also a thing we might be interested in. A comfy bunk bed, definitely something we're interested in. Solar panels. Yes, I would like those as well. Man, there's a lot of really good stuff here. What is this? A rifle sentry trap? Holy crap, that thing's amazing. Motion detector, and we'll need more switches. A large freezer, 40 portions of meat, that's pretty good. Water condenser, collect water vapor from the air until it is full. Yes, I want one of those. A CCTV camera. Gives you advanced warning of an attack on the shelter. Also seems really good. There's so much good stuff over here. An excellent stove, we definitely want one of those as well. The efficient toilet, efficient shower, those are kind of musts. A jukebox. Who doesn't want a jukebox? Also a large pantry. Yeah, that's real good. All of these, I want all of the things. That's the problem. I want all of the things. Mostly what I want, though, more than I want all of the things, is just coffee machine would be nice. A sculpture? Call me crazy, but it seems like the apocalypse not really the appropriate spot for contemplating modern art. I really just want a bookshelf and a toy box. Bookshelf? See? We need so much wood for the bookshelf and a bunch more for the toy box as well. That's why I want to gather those logs, though, and chuck them in the old recycler. Charles, where are you going? And also, who are these people? Well, that's Donna. What are you doing back, Donna? Wait a minute. How can you be in two places at once? There's already a Donna. You don't get to also be a Donna. What is this, a Richie Valens song suddenly? Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Arguably one of Richie Valens' crappier songs. I like Richie Valens, but Donna was not one of his best work. Books, batteries, burnout laptops, switches, cans of paint. I'm going to take the can of paint. Hey, that's something else we can do. Let's see if we can maybe start painting up the shelter a little bit. Also, Charles, you know what I need you to do, actually, is, yeah, this. I need you to keep expanding the shelter there, champ. I'm going to use you for back-breaking labor like a pack mule, since I am feeding you for 7 days with no discernible effect. Medium house that looks like it has some good loot. Better check it out. We have the spare parts to upgrade a system, says Ward. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Meanwhile, start repairing stuff. You're falling down on the repair job here, Ward. Did you fix... You did fix the punching bag. All right. Joyce has stumbled across a lumberyard. Looks like it might have some good loot. Yes, please bring home any errant logs you might happen to find. Meanwhile, Ward, fix the stove and fix the toilet. Someone in need of help. The map has been updated with their location. We should immediately dispatch help. We should send Wally and Beeve. They'll be able to help. I kid because they're murderous urchins. Sack of cement would go a long way into helping us expand the shelter. What would we get rid of in favor? You know what? Let's get rid of this water. I don't care about water. I definitely want that switch. And if I'm going to get rid of something else, what is that something else going to be? Light bulbs? Could get rid of those. Do I want a sack of cement? Nah, you know what? I don't really need a sack of cement that badly. It's fine. All right. Good God, Charles, you dug that room like it was nothing. The man, the machine. Charles, you're a beast. Can you build? Yeah, all right, build another room in a shelter. We're just gonna... Oh, God, I'm using wood, aren't I? Yep. I'm a profoundly stupid man. I forgot that shelter rooms take wood. I'm real dumb. Okay, no more building of the things, people. You guys, good God, though, Charles, you really are quite speedy at that. All right, June Francis, please tell me you brought back just an armada of wood. Did you bring back any wood at all? You didn't bring back any wood, did you? You guys suck. We can't even use... No, it's fine. All that food we salvage is going to go to waste. How much wood do we need now? Now that I'm an idiot, by the way. Craft item. Yeah. Tier 4. No, I want to upgrade. I want to see how ridiculously stupid I am. Now we need 12 wood. Okay. Well, we're going to be pretty well short of that goal. Wally, Beeve, yeah, examine the lumberyard. Bring home any... You guys have 3. We need 12, and I think Wally and the Beeve... Well, here, now you have 5. Wally and the Beeve are going to have some... As well bring that switch home. So you guys have 5. Wally and the Beeve have a little bit. I don't remember. Let's see if we can get Wally and the Beeve's next adventure taken care of. We can figure out how many they have. Good guy Francis, for the love of God, please take a shower before you do something monumentally stupid like eat. Okay, Wally and the Beeve actually have 9, so we've got our 12 as long as I'm not an idiot and don't waste any more. When Wally and the Beeve get back from their adventure, we'll be sorted in the wood department. So don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything else that takes wood, Pete. Don't be a dumbass. Don't be a Pete, Pete. That's really what I'm saying here. Don't be you. Give me that teddy bear. And both those cans of paint. Probably this food that I have no place to store. You know what? You know what I would rather have more than I would rather have more food? Pretty much anything else. Let's bring home some more cement. I'm trading cement for food. I don't care. I've got so much food. There's nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, Charles is just standing down here at the bottom of this cellar doing nothing. You know what, Charles? Here, go train. Got Joyce and Laura out there. And now that we've confirmed that we have enough wood and that I'm not quite as stupid as I make myself out to be, although, you know what? That's a lie. I'm definitely as stupid as people make me out to be. I'm a profoundly dumb man. This is evidence right here, all that you need. But I'm luckier than I have any right to be. Found something at this old shack. A gun. Well, we're always going to take a gun, and we're always going to take bullets. What am I going to get rid of in favor of bullets? Food. Guns and bullets. More switches. Sweet. I would rather have water than food, actually. Now we're good. All right. When the journey comes back, next episode then, it's going to be Upgrade City, and we're really going to start getting this shelter turned into one swank, sweet-ass bachelor pad. It's going to be one swinging affair, let me tell you. 10 wood now for Wally and the Beeve. Are you guys still carrying water stupidly? No, we threw that on the ground. Wisely, I might add. And with the swank bachelor pad inbound, this is where I'm going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, support really does mean a lot. And if you'd like to see the swankness of our swank new bachelor pad, although Ward is technically married, which I guess sort of defies the whole bachelor pad thing. But if you want to check it out, make sure and subscribe as well. Post new episodes of Sheltered every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to watch Charles work this heavy bag because, man, look at the abs on that guy. Oh, you cut a dashing figure, Charles. You really do. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.